Another week, another video, welcome back. So finally this week, hopefully I have enough content out of trying to make my bulbar for the third time. We've seen the other, well, doing Pam 60, the bulbar was sitting there all tacked up. Well, the mounts were tacked to the channel and I ripped the channel off so we could get around the car. So that was try number 2. Try number 1, I was making a bulbar out of bits of flat bar and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, the bulbar I ended up getting, which is that one, I'm no longer using. Cut it all up. I am going to use the posts as a mock-up to get my posts I want. The bulbar I bought, so I end up buying brackets through a mate. He had these folded, he had them cut out at 20mm, which I think is bloody massive and way overkill. So I've made these out of 10mm plate, 10 or 12mm plate. So that's the winch mounts, or not mounts, but recovery plates made. So they'll just tack together to have all the holes in the same spot. Otherwise you end up with 2 different looking mounts and they sit different ways. Now I'm going to try and put it all back onto that, and this is what the 3rd attempt in 2 months of trying to build a bulbar. Yeah, I don't. It's just space on me on how to do it. I've got the mounts and stuff. I did have another bulbar off a 75 which I cut up. We've got a half a sheet of 4mm in the corner there. I've got to move all that crap, and it's great fun. So yeah, as I said, this is like 2 months trying to make a bulbar. 3rd attempt. 2nd attempt I had the channel on and I know I had something else come up and I just got over trying to build the bulbar, and then we were working on Pam 60. The channels is tacked on. I ended up ripping the channel off, and I've got to try and put that back in the right spot because it's got little nicks out of it to get the angles. So it's got to go back in the dead right spot, otherwise it's going to look a bit how you going. So I guess we'll do that, and then we will figure out where I put these mounts. The mounts are going to push through the channel, and then that way you have a shackle on the front end on both rails. It's also good for like recoveries. So there we go, the mounts are in. Forgot to time lapse that little bit, but yeah, on, welded in, still a little bit warm. I just put a couple of welds in there to hold the mount to the bulbar end till I can get this off and weld it. Now while the missus makes a mess over in the corner, this is the post from the 75 bar I bought, and I cut the post out of it because that bull bar was busted up and then all destroyed, like, you know, it's cracked welds in several different spots. So I'm gonna mark its post just because I can't be bothered making my own. Like dimensions, I will make sure it's the same width actually. But yeah, we've already drawn it out once. As I said, I've done 3 different tries. You can actually see in there, there's the plate for the other bar I half made. But this is a lot better. The only thing I'm going to do from here is I'll cut up into here, about yay, and I'll plate it so you've got approach. That'll also be pushed back to about there. So I'll have a nice big rake and pretty much a big push bar. So, you know, I'm building it custom, you know, it's 4mm plate. So I want it to have an aggressive stance. I want to protect the front of the ute because this is going on the ute. And if the missus likes the way this bar is being built, I'll get more channel bent up and I'll rebuild it for this. So, but once I get the post on, I've actually got to pull the rad support out of the car. Actually, I could probably start from the back, so I don't have to pull the rad support out. But we'll see how we go. Let's get into it. There we go, the posts are on, custom made posts. So I just use that as a template. I tweaked it ever so slightly. So it's 365mm from the from that bolt hole to the front of your post. They're both, and it's 540 or something up from the channel. So they've got a nice bit of a lean to them. They're not like, it's not a rake bull bar. It's it's got some rake to it. It's not up and down. It's not massively to the front like some old cruisers bull bars are. So it should be quite a nice. So, and they're actually some of the nicest welds I've ever laid. So kind of had to fiddle around with the welder, and that one's not too bad. It's got some porosity on it. But over in here, it done some nice little welds. So obviously I tacked it, and then I went over it. So now I got the fun part. I've got the top tube's easy. That's got to decide what size steel I want to put in there, because I think I've got 74mm tube, or I've got 50mm tube. So I've got, that might be like a 60mm tube. Yeah. Because I went a 50mm NB before I realised what the NB meant. So, and then I've got a 46 NB, which is about a 50mm, which can go through the bender. So I've got some slightly bigger tube, and I've got some stuff that can go through the bender. I just filled out the center section at least, and we'll figure out how we want the wings to sit, modify all that, and yeah, I'm actually getting along pretty well with it today, considering I was already going to quit on it. I was just going to do the tube and the channel and walk in, hang out with the missus, but the missus don't want you need to know when she come out. So we're just using her car as a template. I do have my little piece of paper here somewhere that tells me all the measurements. Yeah. So ages ago I just took like from my chassis to edge of flares and stuff. Also showed my bonnet. So yeah, we'll slowly make a bull bar and get into it. So that's that middle rack in as well. Now I got to think about it some more. I'm actually surprised I got this far in it. Yeah, that's actually the furthest I've actually gone. Pretty happy with how the mounts went in. I don't know if I want to pull it off now and weld the backside of them tubes. I'll probably tomorrow, because it's like, what, mid-arvo? Yeah, it's mid-arvo. So I'll probably figure out how I want my wings to sit. It's kind of got to go on my car to figure out exactly how I want to sit, but I do know from years of having these cruisers that the square headlight, my model, my headlights are on that channel. That's where the square headlights end, whereas the round headlights are way over here. So the only difference between this bar and the bar I possibly built on the Misso's rig will be,
it'll come over.
This will be there, on top, straight on top of the recovery mount. Whereas mine, I've got to have in more because, well, I had a 4-post alloy years ago, and it was for a round headlight, and I used to get favoured by the law. So it's turning out pretty nice. The top hoop, the top rail, whatever you want to call it, is about that 50 mil. More so just because I'm not really hanging anything off it. And then the bottom one is the slightly oversized, so that's the offcuts. So you've got like a 48 mil outside, and this is a 50 ND, so it's about, I think it's like 58 mil or something. It's a fair bit bigger, so it's, yeah, I used it. I've got a full length of that. I've got a couple off cuts of this and a full length. Just using what I've got hanging around the garage, because the small stuff is what you use for your sliders. It isn't roll cage bar like some people use. It's just straight heavy wall. It's all you really need, I think, for a bull bar. So yeah, the other thing I've got to do, as once I figure out where I want the sides to sit and get them tacked together and probably welded as well, is the way I want the side to fold in. So it's just trying to make it decent for anything down the track when I want to change my lights up. So, but that'll probably be it for today, and that'll be it for this video, I'd say. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one, and hopefully doing some more bar work stuff.